Hello everyone, welcome back to Red Elevator. I'm Nina Takesh and today I have stepped off of the Red Elevator on the 3rd floor where I am in my master bathroom. Why? Well, I'm going to share with you my secret to looking 10 years younger. You do not want to miss this episode. First, I'd like to thank Merit for sponsoring this video and for really understanding what women need in their quest for beauty. I have a very minimalist approach to makeup, even though I film a lot. I do have to be cognizant of what I'm putting on my face. And what I love about Merit, honestly, more than anything, is that it works. It does not have any of the 137 toxins you guys can find in products in the United States. In fact, American makeup can't even be sold in the EU, and Merit can be sold all over Europe because it doesn't have those toxins. So that's important to me. I know it's important to you, but more importantly, even more importantly, is looking good and looking young. So today I'm going to be doing half my face. I'm going to be sharing with you the new Merit lipstick colors. It's a lip oil that are ready for fall. So this is a great way to segue into fall wardrobe and fall makeup. Really, I can't wait to show you half my face done versus half my face undone, so you can see the power of makeup and the power of looking good. First things first, you always want to have a base of sunscreen and whatever products you're using on your face, and you want to apply it evenly, always in an upward motion, because remember, gravity is already doing a lot of damage. Gravity is not our friend, and when we apply any of our creams, we want to always go in an upward motion. My mother taught this to me when I was a little young girl, and I have not forgotten. So again, upward motion, you're gonna put your sun protection. Here I'm going to put my Sunday Riley Brightening Eye Contour Cream that I absolutely love. Just a tiny bit. You always wanna warm the creams onto your hands, and then just especially around the eyes, you want to use the finger with the least amount of power. You don't want to use your middle finger or your index finger, and you just want to dab it on all over. And now you have a good base. We're not going to do skincare today because my skincare routine is very complicated. I will share it with you on another YouTube video if you guys are interested. I don't want to share things with you that you're not interested in. So if you are interested in my skincare routine and all the things that I do, which are plentiful, make sure and sound off below. Speaking of which, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel because yes, I'm an interior designer, but there is a lot of lifestyle here, and I do want to share everything that I possibly can that I am passionate about with you. So if I'm passionate about it, chances are you're going to be passionate about it. So make sure and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And now we're going to go straight into the makeup. Again, I like a very minimal look, and I am using my shade stick. This color is called Bisque, and it's by Merit Makeup. I absolutely love this particular foundation because it's light and it's great for my 5-minute routine. Today I'm gonna do a little bit longer of a routine. We're gonna do more of a, I'd say, 10-minute routine, just so we can go a little bit deeper. But in the mornings when I don't have any huge meetings and I'm just running around, I do my 5-minute. Today we're gonna do more of a going out to dinner routine. So I first put on my Merit stick in the color Bisque. Everything is going to be linked below in the description box for you guys to be able to purchase your color and be able to get any of these products that I'm using. So I take my Merit brush. This Merit brush is probably one of the best things that I have ever used, and I am going to apply it right here to my face. So as you can see, I have a little bit of melasma, which by the way, I am treating. And in my next video, if you guys want to see, we will talk about how you can treat that. But again, so as you saw, I just quickly applied to the half of my face this beautiful color, this sort of radiant bisque color, which works for me. And I'm gonna leave this side undone. Now, the next thing that I do always when I'm doing my makeup is that I do the upper eyelid because I'm going to be placing shadow. So I like to use sort of a flat, thicker brush. Now, very important to put a lid color. I am using Biarritz from NARS. Another one that I like is the Laura Mercier Buttercream, and the NARS Biarritz are the only two that work. I've tried every single one of them. You're gonna have to trust me. I put it over the entire upper lid, which is very important to do. And then I am going to take an angle brush to do the shadow. I first do all of the powders before I do anything else. So I always like to do the eyes first because all the garbage that falls, we're gonna remove, and it is important to do so. So I'm gonna now use MAC, a color that I love, and it's called Mulch. And it's important to use this angled brush, and I'll tell you why. Because in order to look 10 years younger, you don't want to go too low on the brow. Our eyes start to fall as we age, unfortunately, and our upper lids tend to disappear. So if you're going a little bit over your upper lid, you're in trouble. You want to go from the crease, and you can only do this with an angled brush, to and above. Never, ever, ever, kids, go over the upper lid. Never. And I mean never. The next thing I'm gonna do is add a little bit of warmth. Now this part is not that important. Use whatever eye color you have. So it's a little bit too lavender blue, and I wanna make it a little bit warmer for fall. So I'm adding this Trish McEvoy color, and I will also have this linked. It has a little bit of bronze and a little bit of rust, and it just makes it really nice to the skin. Now I'm using a pointed brush to do this because I don't want it to be such a heavy application. And this is a MAC brush, which I will also link, and a very good tried and true brush. Next thing I do, which is very important, is you want to lift your eyes. In order to have your eyes feel lifted, not only do we make the entire upper lid cream, which we didn't have to do when we were in our 20s because it already felt big. I mean, if you compare my eyes right now, you will see my left eye is a lot bigger than my right eye. And all I have done was add upper eyeshadow. So now I'm going to do my Define Sculpt Set, which is by Trestique. And I say everything with a French accent. Who knows if it's French, but it's made in Italy. So now I'm gonna do that on my eyebrows. You always wanna have nice full eyebrows. Why? Because when we were young, we had full eyebrows, people. So that's what we gotta do. So I'm gonna fill this in as such. So as you can see, you wanna go up with your eyebrows. You don't wanna go down. Down is bad, up is good. So I literally, as you saw, I'm going up on the eyebrow, and I'm elevating it, and then I'm giving myself a nice arch, and I'm filling it in. So this part is actually very important as well. The very next thing that I'm going to do, as you can see on my face, is I'm going to apply bronzer, and it's important to apply bronzer in the right locations. This is what makes you look at least 10 years older, because you can make yourself look older, is when you're applying bronze in the wrong section of your face. Let's look at this. So now I'm going to apply my bronzer to the temples right here. As you can see, temples. I want to make sure that it looks like I've been sun-kissed. So where does the sun naturally hit you? The sun naturally hits you here. It hits you on the tip of your nose. You want that on the tip of your chin. You always want to contour your jawline. This is unfortunately an aging issue where your jawline tends to not look as defined. So giving it a little bit of shadow helps. See how much more defined my jawline is as compared to the right side. And then you want to do just a tiny bit. I'm using my half-caked 1830 Duo Fiber brush, and I like it because it doesn't have a lot of hairs here that will give you too much pigment. Then you want to always do the side of your nose to give the illusion of a thinner nose. So right there. And then when you want to apply the bronzer, apply it higher than you imagine. Don't go down here or your cheek looks like it's falling. You have to go higher up, almost so high that you're thinking, this can't be right, but it is, because that is the trick. See how high that is? Now I want you to compare my left side to my right side. Now the Shazam moment hasn't happened yet, which I will show you in a moment. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my Merit Cheeky blush, because I love this color. Everything's going to be linked, and you just want to dab it on a little bit. That's it. You don't need too much. Look at where I'm applying. I am applying this color almost under my eye, a lot higher than you can possibly imagine. And then I'm blending it with my fingers. So just to give it a little bit of warmth, you don't want to do too much. You must use cream consistency when you're doing cheek blush when we reach a certain age. So if you're above 40, which is where I am, you can no longer use powder brush. It's too harsh. It falls into the cracks of the lines and then it creates just a lot of, so you don't want to do that. So this is by far one of my favorite products. So now I am brushing my eyebrows up so that they look more natural because of the fact that I filled them in. And it's really nice to have a few wisps, which is very in, by the way, of your eyebrows going up. So if you compare the two eyebrows, this, as you can see, is, you know, this is how it normally looks versus putting it up. So I am definitely a fan of the Merit Brow. I think it's a great product. The next thing that I do, which is also important before we fix the eye, is that I take the Merit highlighter and I apply it right under the eye again. That seems to be the place, in a circular motion. It's very light, creamy, and then on top of the nose. That's also very nice because it'll highlight your nose and make your nose look thinner. Again, it's important to blend everything with your fingers because the warmth of your fingers is really important to blend in your makeup. So don't be afraid to do so. When you line your eyes, what you want to be very careful to do is go up. You do not want to go down. You want to sort of start at the periphery of the eye and give yourself a little sort of L shape, a little wing. And you want to be able to elevate the eye, again, increasing the volume of the eye by dragging it up. The key is to drag it up. So if you check out this eye versus this eye, obviously this eye has nothing, this eye has this. Already, hopefully you can tell that this is a lot higher than this side. Now, if I were to apply my makeup incorrectly, this would be even more of a disaster. This would, you know, the contrast would be even greater. So see how this is just lifting me up just by using the right makeup in the right location. So for the lips, you always want to have more of a pout and a little bit thinner on the sides. I've seen a lot of people do big on the sides, big on the top, and it just looks unnatural in my opinion. So your lips when you were younger were thin on the outskirts and fatter in the middle. That's just physiology, anatomy, so you want to duplicate that. So here, you start from the middle and you drag it a little higher with a nice rounded edge on top than what it used to be. You want to exaggerate that a little bit. And then when you come down, you sort of go a little bit in, which is unusual for people to understand. They think more lip, better. No, more lip on top and in the center of your lips, the better. And then you kind of scoot in. And don't worry if you've gone too far, use your finger and correct your mistake. My favorite concealer on the planet is the Stretch Concealer from Glossier. I have been in love with this from the moment I found it, and I have tried everything. La Prairie, MAC, I mean, I can't even tell you, everything. Armani, you name it. So I always use my fourth finger, as I mentioned, and then I dab. This is the last thing I do. Why? Because all sorts of things and junk is collected under my eye, and you don't want to put your concealer first because then your shadows have fallen under and it ruins the look. So you take your fourth finger. This is already very creamy and very delicious. You look up and you just dab, 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 dab. You just dab, 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 dab. And then remember what we talked about, the corner of the eye? So you just follow that same line where you had your eyeliner. This is not where you stop, people. This is the other secret. You go lower, lower to the top of your apple of your cheeks. Why? Well, that creates a beautiful highlight and lifts your face, like literally lifts the face. Now, I'm going a little bit deep into this makeup routine. This is only if you have time and you're going on a special outing. This is not an everyday thing, but if you do have time, make sure that when you put your shadow, this is a great shadow by Glossier. It is called Flare, and you want to put it higher up. You don't want to go down here, because if you go down here, it's a bad thing. Remove it immediately, because it's going to drop your cheek down. So you want to give the illusion that your cheek is higher by really pronouncing the shadow a little bit higher than you have been taught. And again, you can also follow the side of your nose, which I like to do, and really keep that high up in the cheek. That's really important. And then the temple. And then you want to blend, blend, blend. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to blend. Get yourself one of these 3x, 10x mirrors before you go anywhere. You will be surprised at how many mistakes you've made by not actually looking at yourself carefully and blend everything in. And voila, again, if you just look at the side, the difference between this side and this side already, just by using these simple techniques, you have really elevated and lifted your face and look a lot younger. When putting on your mascara, I use the Merit mascara because I've mentioned this before in another video of mine. I love how clean it is. Not only it's without having toxic chemicals, but it's also clean in terms of it just doesn't get goopy. It does not get goopy, which is really important to me, and I can define all of my lashes. Now, one trick to getting the youthful look is do not apply anything under your eyes. Don't do it. It's gonna drag your eye down. Only on your top lash are you gonna apply mascara, for a variety of reasons. One, if you do on your lower eye, it will eventually bleed no matter what you're wearing, even if it's waterproof. And then it's gonna get under your eye and then you're gonna look like a raccoon. So avoid it, absolutely avoid it. And voila, here you have this side of the face, which is completely done. Then you can now really compare these two sides and really understand how important it is the way that you line your lips, the way that you apply highlighter to the top of the apple, the way that you elevate, your eyebrows. And the colors that you use are also very important. Right now in the fall lineup for Merit, we've got these really great colors. Right now I'm wearing my new favorite color. It's called Cara by Merit. It's a lip oil, so it has a lot of pigment to it, which is very pretty. I also love the new Taupe by Merit, which is really pretty for fall. So if you guys are looking for fall colors, this is the way to go. This is a very pretty color as well. And you can never go wrong with the gold. The brand new introduction of Merit's lip color called Bel Air. I like it. And Bel Air is a great color to put on top of a lip color as well to give it some sheen. So if you've got some matte colors, Bel Air gives it that pop. So at the very end, what I did was I applied my Shiseido eye cream over my concealer. This is the antithesis of what you guys have learned your entire lives, that you put eye cream before you do makeup. I put a little bit of eye cream before, but really the trick is to put the eye cream after you're done with your entire makeup routine. As you can see, this is a huge difference. And when you apply your makeup, follow these techniques, and you will definitely get a second look when people see you. They're gonna say, wow, you look so refreshed. Have you done anything? And you're gonna say, yes, I followed Nina's makeup routine. Thank you for joining me on this really fun makeup routine. I hope that you are able to apply some of these techniques when you do your own makeup. Remember, I am here to give you valuable information, and I love to hear what you guys think of this routine and if you're going to try it. Again, thank you again for joining me on this wonderful episode of Red Elevator, and I will see you guys here next week to answer all of your Q&A questions.